This is the Transformers Generations War for Cybertron Trilogy Siege Leader Class Ultra Magnus. Look at the packaging. Right there. And right there. Okay. I picked up this figure at Artoy. And here is Siege Ultra Magnus out of packaging. And boy, does he look absolutely amazing. I love the aesthetic on this figure. He's not entirely like exactly like a G1 Ultra Magnus, but I don't care. He somehow exudes all that G1 goodness just because of his aesthetic. You got all the elements, his chest plate, his legs, the whole truck and white robot inside the truck armor and all that. I'm kind of digging it. I love this version. Lots of details all over him. He's a little bit chunky. And there's a lot of parts hanging around him, but that's okay. I'm still really digging this. I mean, the Ultra Magnus toy was really a clunky toy. You couldn't pose it, you couldn't move it. It was just a big brick with moving hands, and yeah, it was sort of like a white Optimus Prime with a blue trailer. So, but this one, just, you know, this is the Ultra Magnus I probably would have played all the time with as a kid, more than that G1 Ultra Magnus that I had. So very, very nice. He's got some nice weathering or battle damage paint apps that really don't impede on the aesthetic of the figure. He's got some silver paint wash on the toes and the feet right there, in the chest plate. And in robot mode, that's all we can see. This is part of the truck. We'll see that in truck mode later on. But I'm glad it didn't put too much of that silver battle damage effect on the arms, shoulders, and everywhere else. They kind of did something here. It's gray, sort of like scraping. It's probably the only comment I'm going to make with the whole effects, battle damage effect thing. But it's okay. It's not a deal breaker. Ultra Magnus comes with a nice little instruction sheet. Comes with a slew of accessories. He's got two of his shoulder-mounted missile launchers. They don't fire. They look purely aesthetic. These are an homage to the missile launchers he had in the G1 toy. It's a little bit set too high on his shoulder. It's not dead center right here, but that's fine. You can swivel it, you can peg it anywhere, obviously. Comes with a rifle that's pretty hollow. He can hold it in either hand. And he comes with two blaster pistols. Again, he can hold it in either hand. Hollow on the other side. And nice details up front. Painted silver right there at the barrel. This one's all silver painted. And you can store the weapons on the back. Blaster pistols, you could actually put them here if you want. So give them sort of like a battle mode in robot mode. Or if you want them out of sight, you can store them at the back like this. And there you go, there's Ultra Magnus with all the weapons stored. Articulation for the figure. His head is on a ball joint. Move him up and down like that. Tilt left and right. Okay, he has a waist swivel, like that. He's got a swivel shoulder. Also move the arms this way, that way. A bicep swivel. Hinge elbows. Go like this. Swivel wrists. He's got ratcheting ball hinge hips. He's got a thigh swivel. He's got a hinge knee. But because of the size of the leg kibble, he can only bend his knee up to there. Here's the tricky bit, the ankle rockers. His ankles are permanently rocked or tilted this way, which is weird because Hasbro really put some ankle rockers on him. I'm just wondering why Hasbro couldn't give a few more millimeters upward motion for this one just to straighten out that foot, because if you try to stand him straight, you can, but it's like his feet are, you know, he's like he did something wrong. So here is a size comparison with the Siege Ultra Magnus and the Leader Class Combiner Wars Ultra Magnus, and you can see the size disparity. Siege Ultra Magnus goes up to just about 7.5 inches tall, maybe a tad bit more from head to toe. With the shoulders, he goes up to 8 inches tall. The Combiner Wars Ultra Magnus is a whopping 8.5 inches tall, head to toe, and with the shoulders up to 10.25 inches tall. And here they are with a couple of Optimus Prime figures. This is the Siege Optimus Prime, the Voyager class Optimus Prime, and that one is the Henkei Voyager class Optimus Prime. It looks like he scales better with the Optimus Prime, but I'm pretty okay with this scale. Seriously, I mean, I'm not too bothered about it. And here they are with a typical deluxe class Autobot from the Siege line. And here are both Ultra Magnus figures with the original gang from the 80s Transformers the movie. I'm pretty okay with the scale. He does seem a little bit short, and it would seem that he would scale better with the previous figures, but I'm actually pretty okay with him. And if you want to be technical about it, here's the gang with Grimlock and Wheelie. So, I don't know. This new Siege Ultra Magnus is looking pretty darn good with the rest of the gang. Here they both are with arch rival Cyclonus. And one last bit of comparison. Here are the Ultra Magnus figures with the Power of the Primes leader class Optimus Prime. And just for fun, here they are with my old dilapidated vintage G1 Ultra Magnus. And boy, how times have changed. I mean, so transformation, get rid of the accessories, put them off to the side. Same goes with the missiles. Let's get rid of these. Okay. Get rid of those. Okay. Then the arms. Just open them up. Boy, that's tight. Okay. Okay. Then you're gonna remove the top part right here. Open this section. Matrix of leadership. Just kidding. And that. Okay. Do it like that. Okay. Okay. So all the armor pieces are down there. Here. Go ahead and fold the heel spurs. That. Tab. Okay. Untab. Untab. Fold this down. The head back up. Fold it back. Tab the shoulders in. You want to push that whole torso, upper torso forward. And then this one, the bumper of the truck, will go up like that. And you want to push him back, that torso, and lock it in place. Now his midsection right here folds down like that, rotates, and folds right back up like that. And that's the white Optimus Prime sort of Ultra Magnus that we all know. Here he is with Voyager class Optimus Primes, also from the Siege line. And what's interesting is that it's not a repaint of this figure. And, well, that makes sense because they have to armor up the figure, and you can armor up with this one. But I'm glad Hasbro chose to make a new white sort of version of Optimus Prime. And, you know, in the old G1 toy, they're identical, and you just plug them into the trailer. And so that's really nice. Really nice of Hasbro to do that. Both of them have that kibble. I'll transform the smaller white robot into a cab mode or truck mode. First thing you want to do is move that torso forward like that. And then this one will slide down back like that. Push the torso back like that. I'm going to go ahead and fold the arms this way. Detach the shoulders. Fold down the chest cavity. Go ahead and tuck that Ultra Magnus head there. Put it back up like that. Rotate that chest section. You want to go ahead and fold the shoulders back. Fold the shoulders back like that. And then rotate the fists like this. Okay. And then you want to go ahead and combine the legs together. Go ahead and fold them up like that. And fold the heel spurs, and we are good to go. All right, and it rolls very, very nicely. And here is that small white robot, Ultra Magnus in truck mode with Optimus Prime. And it looks funny with the arms sticking out, but I guess it's Cybertronian. Yeah, they look good together. Very nice. And here he is with a deluxe class figure in alt mode. This is Hound, and it's a shame that he can't really fit anybody inside the trailer. You could try, but there's really no room inside because of all the head and the gauntlet. There's really no way to put it, and functionally that just takes away the G1-esque out of it. I mean, he is a transport a transport truck, a car transport truck, and probably is the only thing you can do. Maybe transporting some vehicles, like one vehicle, maybe two. But yeah, that's as good as it gets. And here he is in alt mode with Combiner Wars Ultra Magnus, and as you can see, it's he still looks smaller. He looks a little bit longer, or yeah, because of the bumper, just a little bit longer. But aesthetic wise, this is how G1 Ultra Magnus does look like. This one is, I suppose, his Cybertronian mode in battle armored car transport truck, and even scale wise, this truck is really much bigger than this one. And it's a shame because this truck will actually not just fit a Siege Deluxe class figure on top, but it'll also fit one inside. And this is, I think, what's lacking in the Siege Ultra Magnus. And excuse me, I mean, I wish they would have engineered this particular figure to just fit a just even one deluxe class figure. I mean, I would have been very happy, but alas, this is what we get. But that's fine. I'm still liking it. I didn't think I would like this alt mode as much as I do right now. Okay, final thoughts on the figure. The figure is going to get a 9.5 out of 10 for me. And should you get him? By all means, yes. If you're a big Ultra Magnus fan, even if you already have this Combiner Wars Ultra Magnus, I definitely recommend him. He's a great Ultra Magnus figure, and I'm pretty happy with it. Scale-wise, I'm okay with it. Yeah, despite being much smaller than the Combiner Wars leader class. Now, technically, he is the G1 updated version because of the way the trailer works. It's in Earth mode, the way it transforms, and the look and feel to it. Even the teal colored or teal hue of the blue is really closer to the G1 toy. However, aesthetic wise, this one just exudes so much of the Ultra Magnus we grew up with. I know he's a little bit too stylized and he's not accurate to the toy. Transformation took the path of the fans project, City Commander, like armoring up that white robot, and probably having that white robot makes it more G1 than this one. The only thing lacking with him is the cab doesn't transform into a small white robot. It would be a perfect G1 update. But this one has that robot. It's just armored up, and I guess it's just a matter of taste. If you're not comfortable with a smaller Ultra Magnus that doesn't really transform like G1, then go with this one. If you're okay with the aesthetic and you're willing to sacrifice that whole G1 logic, then go with this one. I personally think that, you know, this is my Ultra Magnus. My vote is on this one. I think I can do well without this one. I mean, these two, the regular release and this one, My vote is still on this one. I love the aesthetic. I love the colors, and I love this whole armored up thing. And yeah, this is my Ultra Magnus. So there you go, folks. I hope you've enjoyed this video review. This has been the Transformers Generations War for Cybertron Trilogy Siege Leader Class Ultra Magnus. Thanks for watching.